Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Chip Launch Podcast. What are we doing, Joel?
I'm just checking you're not crashing into anyone to begin
not
with.
crashing into anyone. We've just pulled out of the factory at Kirrawee and we're driving up Flora Street towards the highway.
Loving this.
Acacia Road, I think.
Acacia Road.
Someone knows roads.
Cool, thank you. We need someone to know rules. If you want to begin this podcast in time with us, this is a really great time to sync up. So we'll let you know when we've pulled up to the lights going. What's the?
Is this Flora Street?
Yeah.
We're going up to the lights of Acacia Road and Flora Street.
Yeah, but we want the next.
You want to sync it to the next one? President Avenue.
President Avenue. Yeah. Hopefully that made some sort of sense. We'll put a description in the bio of where a really good point to start is.
Sure.
Or you can just drive to the factory and start along with it.
You could do exactly that. So either way, that would be really good. This is our yearly now time-honored tradition of driving to Week Away.
Yes.
For your listening pleasure.
Drive along.
Week Away,
Companion
drive along?
podcast.
Oh, companion podcast.
Yeah,
That's what we call
the
it.
companion podcast.
Yeah. But we've got extra guests this year.
We do. Special welcome to Joel. No, Braden's in the car, which is very epic. Welcome, Braden.
I'm so excited. I can't wait to be super sick a week away.
Yes, that's a good point, because as we were just discussing on the way here, because we did drive from Miranda.
Oh, before we go, actually, sorry, before we get into the juicy goss that is the rest of this podcast, I just want to let everyone know that we're at this light.
Okay. So would you like me to describe?
Yeah. Here's.
We are at the traffic lights of Acacia Road and President Avenue.
Yes.
We're about to go straight ahead across President Avenue to start our drive down to Watersley.
Which is very exciting. Just another bit of housekeeping before we begin. If you have if we suddenly are driving really, really fast,
yes,
check your speed.
Check this.
Also
your car too.
Check the speed of your car.
Are you driving too slow?
Speed up. No, don't speed up.
Love her, divorce speed.
What?
That is a sign that I saw in Victoria.
You're kidding.
Promise you.
Like an actual government sign?
Tied eyes, pound up now.
No way.
Yep. That was the kind of speed check signs that were in Victoria before.
That is ludicrous.
There was this picture of a couple in a car and it said, "Love her, ? Divorce speed."
Wow. Okay.
So that's how you should be.
There you
but
go.
also you want to check the podcast speed
Yes.
that you're listening to, because we had a couple of people tell us, "Gee, they're driving fast," and they had it on like 1.5, 2 times speed.
Which, yes. So make sure you're in line with us, so you can be in line with us so we can be a proper companion. Sorry, I did interrupt. We have just kicked off.
The light went green.
The light went green. So now we're on.
We're on our way.
We're on our way. We were talking about getting sick.
Yeah.
For Week Away last year.
Yes, well, only one of us was sick just before Week Away.
Well, I was sick right before Week Away
yes,
as well.
But the reason was that I got sick because we recorded the Week Away companion podcast the Sunday before Week Away.
Yeah.
And that was the trip where we were caged in this very car for a long time, and you passed on your illness to me.
Yeah, well, it was the morning started with me waking up with a bit of a sore throat and being like, "Hey Joel, like I'm not feeling like I'm feeling fine. I got a bit of a sore throat. Would you be cool to still do this?" And I was like, "Yeah, we can do this with a sore throat. That's not the end of the world."
Yeah.
And then the next day, I woke up more sick than I have ever been in my life.
Yes, and about 4 or 5 days later, I was the same thing.
You did the same, yeah. Which unfortunately, for you, lined up with Week Away. For me, I was better by Week Away.
Yes.
Just like barely. I got there on the Friday, and I was like,
yes. I think I missed the first 2 days of Week Away.
Yeah.
Yep. Which is not what you want to do.
No.
Not your fault, but you did say you committed murder.
I did.
Slowly committed murder.
I committed slow murder. just get sick and drive for 3 hours.
It sounds like a board game from Week Away.
Slow
one
murder.
of those hectic board games that a lot of people like to play on Week Away.
Do you
take your vitamins?
Yeah, take your vitamins.
Yeah, have your Barocca. Like you've been drinking.
Yeah, you gotta smash a good Barocca. What are you bringing this year, Joel? What have you packed?
I'm bringing the pain. Yeah, here comes the paint. What have I packed? I have not packed yet.
You haven't packed? Well, assuming you have, because it's
people listening will have packed.
We've packed while we're listening.
I'm packing, as always, good vibes.
Okay,
and,
excellent.
When you open up the suitcase of good vibes, you're never not having a good time.
That's true.
That's how
true.
I feel.
I love that.
I'm packing clothes.
That's good. That's important.
Yep, underwear, socks.
Make sure you bring your underwear and
Yeah,
your socks. And if you're driving and you've forgotten these things, unlucky.
Yeah.
I'd like your advice on something though. So, I usually like to sleep in a singlet.
Ooh.
However, when it gets too cold, a singlet is not warm enough.
No, it's not ideal.
So, what are you sleeping in?
Well, it depends when I go to sleep. A week away.
When or
When?
Okay.
When? Sometimes I am sleeping in my jeans and jumper.
Yeah.
Oh, that's uncomfortable.
Well,
man.
it is, but it's not uncomfortable when you've crawled into bed at 3 a.m.
True.
and you're like, ugh. So that's one option. The other option is, you just get some trackies, and probably a hoodie.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Me being in the boys' hall, I normally wouldn't sleep with anything more than a t-shirt on, but being in a room with lots of other dudes, a hoodie became essential just for blocking light.
Oh, really?
In terms of being able to just put my hood up
Over your eyes.
over my face.
Yeah.
That's normally a hoodie has become an essential part of my sleep accoutrement.
And so that my every year now, as of 2 years ago, I bring a face mask, like a sleeping mask, which actually
to put over your
an eye
eyes.
mask.
I thought you were
Yeah.
putting to make your skin was.
Yeah. So I put all the skin stuff on, and then I get cucumbers.
They put the cucumbers
block
on?
the
Yeah.
light.
Mhm.
No,
I don't know if they would though.
they definitely wouldn't. They
They wouldn't move at all.
They wouldn't.
You get hungry in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Just as a location check, we're at the lights as we're about to pass where our Yarrawarra gathering is
Old Bush Road.
held.
The great windmill of Yarrawarra.
The great windmill of Yarrawarra.
Yes, indeed.
7 wonders of the Shire.
Wow.
What are the other 6?
Let's see. What do you reckon? If we had to name 6 other wonders.
6 wonders
Are we
of the
going
Shire.
man-made wonders or natural wonders as well?
I think they are separate groups of 7.
Groups of 7. Okay. The man-made.
Let's go man-made wonders.
What's going to be Miranda Fair?
Miranda Fair.
Star that used to be on the top of Miranda Fair.
Yeah, that's like
that's
in
a
the
good
same way that the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. It's like the wonders of the ancient world.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're gone now, but
So the 7 wonders of the modern Shire world. What do you?
no. I think that could count. That
that's
the
what I'm saying.
star.
What else?
Westfield is one.
Yeah. What else are you
Westfield
putting in
for
there?
sure.
Miranda Fair, that's-
Same. What else are you putting in there? Something down to Cronulla.
Yeah, probably something in Cronulla. What do you reckon? Shark Park?
Oh,
I was remembering the other day that Northies used to have a drive-through bottle shop in it.
really?
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm sure some of our older listeners will remember that.
There you go.
I did not purchase any alcohol from there, but I have been through it in the car with an adult.
Okay. Nice.
What else would you put in there? I feel like, what about the big water tower in Caringbah? Yeah, because apparently that creates water pressure. That's why it exists.
Oh, okay.
For the entire plumbing of a big part of the Shire.
I have learnt a thing.
Just trying to think of icons. I'm
glow-
looking quite
glowworms
angelic, by the way.
You are looking quite angelic. If you're,
watching along,
yeah.
I am absolutely glowing.
Yeah, so we don't recommend watching this on YouTube while you're driving.
No.
Because that would be unsafe. However, it is also up on YouTube. And if you want to just look at Braden as an angelic silhouette for the whole time, that is what it is.
It's beautiful.
It's stunning.
It's stunning.
It is quite
It's
stunning.
doing wonders.
Yeah.
Maybe that's one of the wonders of the Shire.
Braden Wall is one of the
Braden's
wonders of the Shire. I think we're about to, Heathcote Macca's is
Yeah,
coming
I
up.
was thinking-
I think that might be one of
Are you making a stop like
the
you did
7
last
wonders.
year?
No, I'm not going to make a stop. Oh, I can. That is the stop that I always do. Like every time I
It's the
drive.
last vestige of civilization. Which
Yeah.
R.I.P. Helensburgh.
All in favour of a Macca's for continuity's
Well,
sake?
it's up to you. You're the driver. You made me stop last time.
I wasn't driving and I made you stop.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's up
I
to
think
you.
we need to get Macca's.
Get a hash brown.
Yeah.
because
Are we early enough, or is it too late now?
They do
all day breakfast.
I'll do that.
All day breakfast.
There you go.
Longer bound by time.
Yeah.
All right, we're making a stop at Heathcote McDonald's.
As is probably all of you. You guys were just going to have to pause it, but now you're not. Now you're going to come with us. In saying that, you're going to have to pause it because you'll be made to wait.
Yeah.
Because it's a ridiculous
Are you going
establishment.
to interview the...
Oh, I did do that last time, didn't I?
Yep. Well, you made me do it.
Oh, I'll do that for sure.
Yeah.
So we're just going past.
What should I ask the
BT,
Macca's person?
What should you ask them?
Yeah.
What's her
Is it
favourite...
for an ice
What
cream?
his or her favourite road trip snack?
Road trip snack. Or
Yeah, we
what
could
is
ask
one
for
of the
recommendations?
what to eat?
Yeah. Of the tasting menu.
What's the best thing you make here?
What would you pair this with?
What wine would you pair this with? Or something?
Is the Coke a good vintage? Oh.
Just turned into Heathcote Macca's.
Oh,
heading up
nearly
to
had a
the
car
drive-thru.
crash
Oh,
because some dude
not your fault,
started
though.
reversing. All right. Oh, drive-through is closed.
It is closed. What's
What?
going on?
What's going on?
The outrage. Oh, I'm outraged.
That's very odd.
That's so upsetting.
Couple of absolute bollards.
Absolute
Oh, what
bollards
an
right in the
absolute
way.
bollard.
Bollards.
Absolutely
Oh,
bollard, man.
Absolute bollard.
We've been bollarded.
That's
Devastating.
shocking. All right, ladies
right.
and gentlemen, you have just witnessed the most upsetting experience.
This is you committed a crime last year by killing me off.
Yeah.
This is the crime that's been committed this time. Yeah.
So wild. Oh well. It was a nice thought.
Well, we've been in the McDonald's car park.
Yeah.
Well, what I was going to ask the lady was, what's your favourite road trip snack? Joel, what's your favourite road trip snack?
I was trying to think of that actually when I brought it up before. I don't mind, Alan's lollies.
Yeah.
I think the raspberries.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I think they're high on my list. I don't eat lollies like that anymore, but they were some of my favourite.
Maybe
Or
just a red frog in a different shape.
quite possibly.
Quite possibly.
The other thing, I always like a soft drink. I like a soft drink when I'm driving.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I
also
agree.
when I'm flying. I like a soft
drink when
drink.
you're flying?
Yes, I don't know why. It might be just something to do with the air pressure or something. I don't know.
Yep.
But I always used to like having, because when you flew on planes, they used to have those smaller cans, like little stubby cans. And so you just get a nice little hit of sugar and carbonated water
Yeah.
to get you through the flight.
Something that you can do on a flight that I didn't realise you could do on a flight is at all
What is
times.
this? What are
No,
you
you
coming
can
up
at all times get up and walk to the back and ask for food.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to wait
Yes,
for like
you
snacks.
can, yeah.
You can just get up and be like, "Hey, can I have a Coke?" And they'd be like, "Okay." I was last time I flew. It was the whole trip was just me getting up and getting snacks.
And they
It was
got
outrageous.
sick of this guy.
Yeah, they were like, "Who is this dude and why?"
You can be that dude.
And you too can be like me.
Yeah.
You too can be that dude.
Apparently, that penguins have arrived at Symbio. Should we make a stop in at Symbio?
That would be epic. Can you imagine if everyone has rocked up and is listening to this podcast, that halfway through we just spend 3 hours at Symbio instead of actually.
Why did it take them 6 hours to get to the place? Oh, you had to go see the red panda.
Where did you go to the red pandas?
Oh, I do like the red panda.
That is the best bit of Symbio. Symbio's lovely. I love red pandas though. A lot.
I'm going to put up there on that tier list the albino echidna that I've seen there.
Ooh, I have not seen
It's
that.
a white echidna.
Wow.
That's pretty epic.
It's really cute. And full of waddles around.
That's pretty good. Echidnas are pretty great.
They're pretty amazing.
Echidnas are really cool. I really like echidnas.
Would you have one as a pet?
Yeah,
I'd
any
love
day.
to have one.
Oh, that'd be awesome. That'd be a great pet.
In terms of Australian animals to have as a pet, that's pretty up there.
Yeah.
Platypus would be pretty high.
Yeah.
I think Tasmanian tiger's number one, obviously.
Yeah. Number one.
Obviously.
Shout out to
Tassie tiger, of course.
Tim Beilhartz loves the Tasmanian devil.
The devil or the tiger?
The devil. He loves the Tassie devil.
Really?
Yeah. If you're having a conversation this week with Tim Beilhartz, ask him about the Tasmanian devil.
They do sound like gremlins, though.
They do. It's great. If I had to pick, I think a wombat would actually be an excellent pet.
Yeah.
It's like the size of a dog, and it's just this cuddly little round thing,
Apparently
and it'd be pretty
my
epic.
grandfather had a wombat for a little while, like a couple of days, and then my grandma was like, "No, you need to go put that back."
Where? Where did he get it from?
So, he was in the backyard and he brought it inside and was like, "Let's go," and then
That is awesome.
Wow.
apparently was not allowed to hang on to it, unfortunately.
What area of the city did they live in to be able to get
I
a...
don't actually know the answer to that question.
Oh,
I do not know.
you're going to have to jump on Ancestry.com. True.
For everyone's updating,
Oh yeah, well.
we're now driving 100, which means that we are at a different spot on the road.
I don't
Really
actually
well
know
thought.
what this would be called. We're
I don't know what
in between Heathcote and Waterfall, really,
Yeah.
aren't we?
Yeah.
What's your favourite road trip snack, Keith?
I'm a red frog man, actually.
Yeah.
Like, I think red frogs are perfect for the road trip. What about you?
Well, you want some like. I think we're going lollies over chips because you
Yeah.
don't have to keep reaching over and grabbing stuff.
Yeah.
And they're messy. They're messier too.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
I agree wholeheartedly with Joel that a beverage is excellent.
Yes. Yes.
Whether it's a coffee or a soft drink or something, I agree with that. And I think lollies over chips.
Yep.
They're normally less mess.
I also think lollies over chocolate. I think too much dairy on a road trip is kind of
Yeah, you're playing
dangerous.
with that.
It is. It's dangerous.
What's the issue that you're playing with there with dairy? Like with
Honestly,
chocolate, I get if you
you'll-
drop it and you like it melts on your seat or your pants or something.
I just think car sickness is a real thing.
Oh, it is.
And if you have too much chocolate, it just can get there.
This is one of the reasons
faster.
I drive pretty much everywhere is because I can get quite.
Oh, well,
Car sick.
that's probably why you drove last time. Because I'm like, why didn't I?
Oh, I didn't say I'm driving because I don't want to get car sick. I just like driving.
Oh,
to
okay.
be perfectly honest.
Okay.
But then it mitigates against me getting car sick.
Well,
But
if
we
you
won't
get
get
car
car
sick-
sick on the freeway.
No,
It's
you
fine.
won't get. That's very true. Very epic.
You read a book in the car though, Joel?
I reckon I can do it maybe on the freeway sometimes, but not on anything else.
Yeah.
Which
That's
is
an interesting superpower. I could never. I don't get car sick except for if I'm trying to read a book.
Yeah, right.
And I used to be very jealous of people that could read in the car because I would get very bored.
Yes.
Yeah.
True.
Yes.
Yeah. I can't do screens, but I can read.
Okay. The other thing I like about driving is I don't get bored because I have to concentrate.
Yeah,
So you
that
don't
is
get
valid.
bored. And yeah, there's something about I enjoy making. I think I've already talked about this before, which leading into the infrastructure chat for this year's podcast is I enjoy you're putting in. It's almost like you're putting in a bit of effort, but you're getting somewhere.
Sure.
There's something about that I like.
Sure.
So that's
We're just passing Waterfall
Train station
now, which I think is one of the 7 wonders of.
goodness.
Shire.
You're putting it in there.
I'm putting it in. I've put it in.
Jeez.
I think it is. It's not on its own wondrous, but my argument is that it's the last vestige of humanity before we leave the Shire.
What is Helensburgh to you then?
It's not the Shire.
Isn't it?
I
I thought
think
it was in the Shire.
No,
Wait.
no.
What?
The Shire sign is like right there. We're literally
All
driving
right.
past the Shire
I
sign
thought
right now.
Helensburgh was in the Shire.
No, they didn't play in the Southern Shire football competition.
They do not.
That's true.
That is who
That's
dictates
true.
our borders.
There's our border control. Excuse me, sir. Where are you coming from? I'm coming from Helensburgh.
Do you have any fresh fruits and vegetables?
Yeah. Did you bring any? Yeah. Did you bring any wild animals?
Just a kinders.
Did you bring any fireworks in?
All our kidneys.
It's raining.
It is raining. So for those of you driving now, which is everyone listening, it might not be raining for you. That's one of the exciting things about this project.
just-
Is
They
that
might have taken a different.
Taken a different route.
Was open. They're in a different
Oh,
reality.
yes.
A different dimension.
can you imagine if it was open? Maybe it wouldn't have rained.
That's the Heathcote Macca's open timeline. Drive-through open timeline with split timeline.
I'm still fascinated why drive-through wasn't open. I don't know why that was the case.
Yeah.
Like they have a problem with their registers or something.
I think that it's just it's more evidence of Heathcote Macca's being objectively bad. It is the worst Macca's.
What's the best Macca's in the Shire? We know that Heathcote's the worst, except for maybe Ingrid.
I think I rate Kirrawee pretty highly.
Yeah, it's better than it used to be. I think in terms of Sylvania's got that weird bit where you try and run over all the pedestrians through the drive-through.
You tried, didn't
It
you?
doesn't make sense. You're like, whoever designed this. That could be another wonder. It's just Sylvania in general.
Oh, ooh. So, do you put Tom Ugly's Bridge in there, like all the first half of it?
Yeah. That is a good pick.
Something at Kernell?
Will this be 7?
Near Kernell?
The
The other side.
the other side, actually.
The other side of Kernell.
Where you watch whales.
Yeah, that end.
Isn't it called Kamei National Park or something? I could be wrong.
After Dragon Ball Z.
Is that a Dragon Ball Z?
Come.
Really?
Yeah.
Shows my age when you start talking about Dragon Ball Z.
Is that 7 wonders?
No, we haven't even come close.
I'm sure someone who's listening is counting them.
I hope so.
Yeah, put it in the comments.
Put in the comments.
Wonders we should add.
Not if you're driving. Don't put it in the comments. Just if you've got a passenger with you, passengers,
Yeah.
put it in the comments. Yeah. If the
We should have. I think at Week Away, I think there should be a thing where we have all the submissions for the wonders of the Shire.
Do you reckon the Elephant House in Cronulla? I'm trying to think of something in Cronulla.
Ooh, I think the Elephant House is a bit of a wonder. It's different. It's
Yeah.
unusual.
I'm trying to think of like if you were gonna say
It's wondrous.
like if you're gonna say like, oh, we're gonna meet somewhere.
Yeah.
Like where would be a couple of places like the windmill in Yokoro?
Yeah.
I think the Elephant House or Cronulla, maybe like the Combank building, though I think it's not Combank anymore. That was
No, it's called Bark,
oh,
the whole residential development.
Ooh.
yeah,
What about Paul's Hamburgers? Putting that in there?
that's a good pick.
That's the place you go meet.
Yeah, but it's pretty close to.
Sylvania Macca's. Is that yeah, okay.
Sylvania Macca's is also iconic because of the party room upstairs.
Very true.
Oh, true. Oh, is Kmart like Southgate? Like, is
Well,
that?
it was when it was the only 20.
Maybe Southgate. I'm not putting Kmart in.
Is it still not? Is it still the only 24-hour thing?
I think so.
No, they came out at ours 24 hours, I think.
Yeah, no,
That's not in the Shire.
Oh,
We'll get to the
gosh.
7 wonders. The South Coast.
The South
later.
Coast.
When we start driving past them.
I was in Ryde this week to film some stuff, and I don't know about the
That's actually
wonders.
where
I
we
don't-
left from, wasn't it?
yeah, we've actually been driving from Ryde the whole
Yeah.
time. If we had to add a wonder to Ryde, because I couldn't name all of the wonders of Ryde, but I was at their skate park this week,
Yeah.
and it is excellent.
Oh,
It
right.
is really, really good. They have an awesome park set up, so shout out to like that would be a wonder of Ryde for sure.
Okay.
For
We'll have
sure.
to let our ride congregants,
Yeah,
our ride gathering, what else would go into that
yeah.
scenario?
Yeah.
Just went past the left-hand turn for Stanley Park if you're driving along the road.
I think it's actually termed an exit ramp, Braden.
I don't mind. I don't mind.
As long as you go left, I don't care.
As long as you want to go to Stanley Park, just get left.
Then turn right. What?
Oi.
I don't know what else I'd put in that. I feel like there's some really funny ones that I can't think of. Yeah, well, maybe this is just a scourge upon the Shire.
I think the
There isn't
Mexican at
any.
Gymea Bay.
Oh, yes.
That's a big one.
Oh, for those who are not aware of the Mexican at Gomez Bay, that is peak
I think that might.
culture.
Swallow Rock.
Yeah, it's one of the
But I think that's a natural wonder.
Yeah. that's
Okay.
probably-
Oh, not a man. Not a modern
Not a
wonder.
man-made one.
Fair enough.
Is it Gymerian? What would a person from Gymea be called?
I think you're a Gymerian.
Yeah, there's a Gymerian. I think if I'm going to pick something to represent us as a culture, I'd say the Mexican
Yeah.
down the back of Gymea Bay. It's a pretty good one.
Why do you rate that highly, or is
No,
it just
I
like a
actually don't like it
iconic?
that much.
No, I think it's
just
pretty
iconic.
Yeah.
It is pretty
It's
cool.
just been there for how long has it been there for? It's
I like
been there
that.
forever.
Wonders. Years. We'll have to ask.
Eons.
It's
Eons.
wondrous. We'll have to ask Greaves. Michael, when did a Gymea Mexican open?
I'd say like K&M was up there, but has since moved on.
Well, yeah.
To
If
Treetop
we're still talking like the potential for wonders that have
Passed.
passed, like the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. I think
Library of
K&M,
Alexandria.
or the Library of Alexandria. I think K&M is on par with those things, as is the Star of Westville.
Yeah, that's true.
Star of
I think
Westville is a good one.
I think we have to pick the Star.
I think we have to put the Star. I think the Star definitely is one. For all the young listeners in their cars, there was a Star.
Yeah.
And it was a
Guiding
glorious
people to
thing.
Westfield like the Star of Bethlehem.
Yeah.
To the Mecca of materialism.
Yeah. That was good. Love some alliteration.
Because that was a large, it was just an office building.
What was?
That's what it was on top of, the Star.
Really?
Yeah, it was a big office
I thought it was on top of Westfield.
That was on Moretti Fair.
No, but it was part of that. There was, you know where the buses used to go? Before they renovated as it is now, you know where the buses used to go?
Yeah.
That was like you go underneath the big office block.
Oh. The only reason I can remember where the buses used to go is because when I was in primary school, my first ever trip on the bus on my own, Mum and Dad put me on the bus and they...
Well, what year were you in?
I was in like maybe year 3. Like
Okay.
I was pretty... I don't know how old I was, but I was pretty young. It was from Gymea. I was going from Gymea to Grace Point, but my stop didn't have a
bus stop thing sign.
It didn't usually stop at the school. It wasn't actually a school bus. It was just a public bus.
Yes, okay.
And because of the timing and because of where I lived, I had to just take a public bus and hit the button and get off. And I'd practiced with my parents, so I knew how to do it.
Yeah.
And I didn't. And
you didn't do it?
I didn't do it. I was sitting behind the bus driver as well, so I wasn't in view of this bus driver. I was sitting directly behind him.
Oh.
And so he didn't see me when we drove past Grace Point Public School in my little red hat.
I can imagine.
And I just stayed quiet. And then we got to Miranda and the bus stopped. And it was finished. And I was like, hi, sorry, but I was supposed to get off at Grace Point. And he drove me home. That man got the bus, drove to Carter Crescent in Gymea, and dropped me off to my parents because I knew how to take him home, and that was great. So that's the only reason I know where. Know anything
So
about
are we
that
catching
spot.
the bus home or to school?
No, I was taking it to school, but
Okay,
the guy
to
was
school.
like, "Well, I'll take you to your parents because that's probably the best call." So he drove there,
Okay.
which was very lovely of him.
And your parents are at home?
I think Dad was at home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Typical pastor. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was like
Pastor's still at home.
he'd only done it because he was like he would have driven me, but he was like, "We want to teach you how to take the bus."
Yep.
It was one of those kind of days, which was really lovely. But yeah, that's the only reason I know that.
Bus drivers. So good.
So good.
I just remember the bus driver we had in the morning. His name was Bruce Wayne. So we called
Bruce
him
Wayne,
We called him
Batman.
That's
Yeah, good.
excellent.
That was his name. It was excellent.
That is awesome.
I do catch the bus sometimes to primary school. I was trying to think. But the thing was that where I lived, it had to do I had to get on it and then I had to go drive further away from school and then do a loop and then go back towards the school. I was like, Mum, why can't I just cross the street and catch the bus from this one? And she's like, well, because I'm leaving to go to work. I need you to catch it from the earlier time, later time.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. And then I rode my bike to school a few times too.
Yeah, I did not.
Awesome. You used to walk.
Yeah. I just remember when it was raining, you'd have your gumboots and you'd rain.
Hang on, you took gumboots to school?
Yeah, well, you'd have to put your... This is primary school.
Yeah.
Like, you'd put your school shoes in your bag and wear gumboots because it was pouring rain. Walk to school. Swap over.
Really? I've never heard of that, to be honest.
That's
taking gumboots to school.
I think that's elite. That's a great play. Like I think gumboots are the move, to be honest.
It's just a lot to carry. That was all I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Nah, but you just leave them somewhere. Like
Yeah, that was the thing. You hung your raincoat up with your bag and you swapped your shoes.
Oh yeah,
I sat there all day.
I'm not suggesting you carry your gumboots around all day.
This is mainly like early primary school.
Yeah.
I'm not talking like past year 2.
Oh,
the younger you are, the cuter you look in gumboots.
Yeah,
that's very true.
And I think that's a parent thing of just like I'm going to dress my child in.
Yeah, that's
really
also why
large,
that's why I still wear gumboots.
Because you look
I
really
look
cute.
Yeah.
I think that makes heaps of sense. You have the ones.
I'm also
that light
the
up.
youngest here. No, I'm not. Don't need some fancy pair of gumboots.
You don't
They're
do the light up.
functional. No.
But it's that's what I'm saying. Functional and
he's big.
and it's big works for gumboots. We are passing right now the Sublime Point lookout.
How sublime do you reckon it is.
I reckon it's...
Because I don't know if I've ever been there.
I reckon it's probably not one of the natural wonders
You don't reckon?
You wouldn't?
of the Shire.
Was that where we went?
Because it's not in the Shire.
I think I've been there.
Yeah, I've been there. It's quite nice.
It is quite sublime.
It's quite sublime.
Sublime is such a great word.
Sublime is a fabulous word.
This company is sublime on this podcast.
Yeah, is that launching into our sponsor?
If I knew what it was, I would
Sublime gumboots.
tell you. Do you find yourself walking to school in the rain?
Oh.
It's like those ads.
That's awesome.
The ads that really annoy me are the ones where they're like, "Oh my gosh, I'm in a situation. Well, let me tell you the solution." And it's just like a product. Like they just list all the features of a product. I'm like, no one's buying it just because someone's like, they're in a conversation in a car. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I broke this." And you're like, you know what you need? You need Sublime gumboots to resolve that problem for you.
But like, I think
They are where comfort and functionality meet. Kickstarter, let's go.
Braden is
Sublime gumboots.
Braden is a disruptor.
That's awesome. That's so good. Chip Lunch merch.
Yeah. All
Gumboots.
Gumboots.
black gumboots with the chip
logo.
The chip logo.
Yeah, strong stuff.
And we just call them Sublime. That's all. That's all the context. And if people miss this, then that's unlucky. Oh, this is branded Chip Lunch, right? Oh, this is where we're putting this. Yeah,
That's what you said.
that was.
Except for the car, maybe.
Yeah. I thought you said this is Brandon Chip Lunch, isn't it? Yeah, Brandon.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, Brandon. You know Brandon.
This is Brandon's Chip Lunch.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah, we actually just haven't. We've just been chatting. We haven't introduced Brandon yet.
Yeah. So thanks for joining
Thanks
us.
for joining us, Brandon.
Not Brandon. It's just you.
Welcome to everyone who takes my coffee order.
Oh, that's so fair. Joel, do you have people say your name wrong? Because I'm pretty consistent. Ethan's fine. They spell it with an EA sometimes.
What EAT? Like
Ethan.
Etan.
Etan. Yeah.
Etan.
I get Etan a lot.
That's random.
It is random, but I don't ever get my names like said wrong.
I get John.
You get John.
Yeah. I'm like, hey, my name's John. They're like, hi, John. I'm like, no, Joel.
Hey, John.
You've got to. I've found that I have to pronounce the L sound a lot more.
Yeah.
I think it might also be the volume of my voice sometimes, but yeah, they think it's
Sure.
John. I'm like, but I didn't say N. Anyway,
Yeah, but if you go down to the end of your word,
the one that really annoys me is when they put an S on the end of my last name.
McMasters.
Yep. And it drives me so crazy how people used to do that with Sizzler.
I would do that with Sizzler.
Are we going to Sizzlers?
Sizzlers?
Like, it's not Sizzlers. Sizzler. And people do that with other people's surnames as well. But, like, don't put an S on my name. You literally read it off a piece of paper at school and you put an S on my name.
Unless we're talking about plural McMasters.
Well, yes. Well, that's fine. But they're not when they say Joel McMasters.
Yeah.
Like, come on. I remember, like, a couple of times at primary school, people reading my name out. And you're like, there's no S there.
Yeah. Well, I would get Crayshaw. So there's better.
Yeah,
like,
that is
like,
funny.
People would be reading my name, and the AW would turn into an AY.
Yes. And that's why you're...
And that's why my
name's
nickname is
right?
Fish.
As we found out on last week's episode.
Yes.
Of Chip Lunch? I only came out this morning when we were recording
That's
it.
true.
So
Well, we should be listening to it now while we drive.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
that's
this-
actually what you're choosing between. You're choosing between listening to me or listening to
No,
me.
they've listened
They're
to
the
you
only
last
options.
week.
Oh, that's true. You've already listened to me. That's fine.
It's so weird being in this Bill and Ted time void.
It's all because of Heathcote Macca's. Like
Yeah.
we would be in a normal timeline if it had opened up.
that's right. Don't take responsibility for your actions, Ethan. Always blame the corporations.
It is the corporation's fault.
Yep.
Down with capitalism.
Can we go back to packing?
Of course, we can go back
Oh,
to
wow.
packing.
Yeah, we're going right back.
Anything else that you would... If you're going a week away, there's one thing you're only allowed to pack. What are you packing?
One thing.
Yeah.
And I can
Okay.
bring the clothes I'm wearing.
Yeah.
Okay, a towel.
Yeah. Towel is a good call. Make sure you've got a towel. If not, go to the
That's
20...
the one thing I always forget and forgot last year.
Go to the 24-hour Kmart and get yourself a towel.
I guess that's fixable, isn't it? I'd
Yeah.
say my
Yep.
two golden rules.
Yeah, you can just not shower.
Remembering things that I've learned the hard way are a towel and a phone charger.
Okay.
They're
Yeah.
generally the things I
But I think phone charger you can borrow. Like, I'm not putting that in my number one. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can borrow a phone charger off someone.
A towel's up there though.
Towel's up there. Again, though, you can just not shower.
Yeah, that's the choice.
Bags not being in your room.
There's like, to be honest, there's 20 other boys in my room, so I think like one of us smelling bad doesn't really do much.
Yes, fair enough.
No, I would prioritize showering, but I don't know if that's my number one. I think something like, I think you need another layer. Like, if you don't have something, I freeze a week away every year.
Oh, dear, I don't.
I'm so cold, and I think something thick would be epic, like another jumper. But you're right. There's the clothes on your back already. Maybe it's a towel.
I find that most of the time you talking about how cold it is. You spend so much time either in like that really bright winter sun, which warms you up.
It's beautiful.
Or yes, it is. Or you're inside.
That's true.
Because the only time I feel really cold is at night, and it's me just walking back to my cabin.
That's true.
That's how I feel about it.
As someone walking from Kelowna, though,
yes,
that's where it gets you.
Yeah, fair enough.
There is a really interesting amount of us, a really exciting amount of us, staying off-site this year.
Yes.
The numbers of Airbnbs is really awesome and really exciting. It was a really good option that we only introduced last year.
Congratulations to Airbnb and making a lot of money off
us. Off Soul Revival.
Maybe they're the sponsors.
Maybe.
Sublime
Airbnb
Gumboots and
Sublime
Airbnb.
Gumboots.
I
This
think
is our next sponsor.
this is going to be
Drop.
coming. This is going to become a thing. We're driving past a Lynn Fox truck.
Another fox.
We're passing another fox, guys.
We are.
Not Riley Fox.
I think the great thing about the Lynn Fox truck is that it was not helpful at all for people's geography.
Yeah.
So, like, at some point, you will pass a Lynn Fox truck, and you will think that you've lined up with us, but you haven't.
We're about to go past the famous Picton turn-off.
Yes.
Famous?
Well, on my first year to uni with one of my friends going to Wollongong Uni,
Oh,
we drove
no.
past that turn-off every morning, and the joke was that we would go to Picton instead of going to uni that day.
Wow, you guys.
And then we did it on the last day.
Oh, really?
That's cool.
Well, first year we went to Picton and figured out that Picton is way further away than we thought it was. And the train museum was not open,
Oh.
which was the one thing that we were joking about going to.
Oh, that's sad.
But, yeah.
Have you ever been to a train museum? I've never been to a train museum.
I've
I
been
think
to the
there's a few.
Loftus Tram Museum.
Yeah, nope, never done that. I
not
feel
bad.
like is that a natural wonder?
Is that a one?
At least the tram. At
The
least
tram,
the
yeah,
tram
yeah.
is a wonder.
Yep,
Yeah,
I
that's
put out
way
there.
up there.
To sync up, if you want to sync it, we're at the top of Mount Ousley right now.
Yeah.
About to careen on down.
We have just
there are a
peaked.
couple of arrestor beds, just so you're aware, Ethan, in case the brakes fail.
Wow.
Well, everyone listening will know.
Yeah, we'll
And if
find
you
out
want-
if Joel's a prophet.
And if
Oh, look, another 2 Lynn Fox
two
trucks.
Lynn Foxes,
Double up.
Foxes everywhere,
There's so many of them. That's so exciting.
representing the Fox
It's a
family
group of
from.
foxes calling it.
Oh, we figured it out. We
This
looked it
up.
up. It's cool. It's a cool name.
Oh, I'll look it up.
Not as cool as murder
Of crows.
or of driving. Drives with Joel are also murders.
So that's right. Only fine. Yeah, that's right.
Skulk.
A skulk of
A
foxes?
skulk.
Is that what it is?
That's pretty epic. I think my favourite one is actually Parliament of Owls.
Oh, that is a good one.
That is awesome.
Yeah,
I really like
because
that
I just
one.
imagine them in Parliament, be like, woo, woo,
Totally,
woo, woo.
totally. They're just intrinsically parliamentary animals. They look like they should have the little wigs.
We can't outlaw the killing of rats.
Totally.
That's what we eat.
Yeah.
Just like that kind of thing.
That'd be them every day.
Yeah. If you are
All
in
in
a truck,
favour, say who?
and what do they say if they say no? It's a nay.
Who?
So a lot of confusion in the Parliament about
Okay, we're gonna have to try that again.
why does nothing get done in this country? If you are driving a truck or bus, you should use low gear on Mount Ousley.
You should.
On your
I
way
think
down.
your speed limit is 40.
Yes, I think that's right. Just that'd take a while to get down here.
It'd be it'd take ages to get
I
down.
always think I think we may have even talked about this on the last Week Away podcast, but I like to think of like jobs that I'd like to do for a week.
Ooh.
I'd like to do truck driving for a week.
Yeah,
Just a
Really?
week. Yeah. Train driver is up there too.
train driver, you don't have to turn.
Thanks, Brandon.
I'm just saying, like, coming off your comment about why you like to drive. Coming off your comment about why you like to drive as a like concentrating thing, like you would concentrate less driving a train.
Would you though? You're carrying lots of passengers.
Yeah, but you don't have to turn.
Come on, bro. You have to check. You have to watch all the signals.
Yeah. Like you've got a brake and an accelerator, but
And signals.
does train have a steering wheel? Like, does that sound like an insane question?
No, they don't have a steering wheel.
Is it bad that I still picture the front of a train, like the driving part of the train, to be like in the old movies where they're like shoveling coal
Exactly what I thought.
into the thing with the like, and there's the little wheel and there's the lever.
Yeah, shoveling the coal in to make it go faster.
Yeah, that's my whole picture of.
Come on, guys,
The
open
front of
your
it.
eyes to the world. Find out what a train is like to drive. It's more like a electric engine. That's what it's like.
Sure. So no coal.
No, not on the.
Do they? I
most
would
of the modern trains.
if I was driving a train for a week, I would bring a shovel, just to simulate the shoveling of coal, because I think that would be the most exciting bit of driving a train.
I don't think so. I disagree.
And I think it's really good that you do disagree, because if I just defended someone who drives a train by saying that I personally would not find it super exciting, but I'm really glad that you would.
Only for a week. I reckon I'd get bored of it eventually.
If I had to pick something for a week, I think it'd be. I'd love to fly planes. I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, pilot would be good.
A pilot, but also I would only want to do it for a week, because I think like scheduling's really hard and all the stuff like that, and maybe it would get less exciting.
There's a real subset of YouTube creators that just show them flying.
That's pretty epic.
It's pretty fun. My algorithm a while ago was full of it.
Awesome. That's very fun. We are passing Wollongong University at the moment. We've just come.
Now I'm wondering if that could be part of the Seven Wonders of Shire, because so many people in the Shire go there.
That is, I think it definitely gets an honourable mention.
We put the Toyota factory in there.
Where's the Toyota factory?
Oh, at Turner Point.
Oh,
Near Shark Park.
Okay.
Oh, is Shark Park on there?
Look, like,
Fins
not
up,
for
right?
me,
I think-
but for other people.
I think Shark Park would have to be on there.
I think it might have to be on there.
Yeah.
I think for other people, it would have to be on there.
I heard they used to play at Sutherland before they eventually moved to where they play now. They used to play at Sutherland a long time ago.
There you go.
I'm sure rugby league fans have. He's under the speed limit. Yeah, watch out for I think the speed camera's on the other side though.
Yeah, the speed camera was way back there.
Back there. There is a speed
Oh,
camera.
right.
There is a speed camera at the bottom of Mount Ousley. We went through it about 200 kilometers an hour. Because apparently there is a thing, there's a speed you can go over that it goes too fast, it can't record your speed. But I think it's like 220 or something.
What?
If you're going that quick through a speed camera, you've got other problems.
Yeah.
That's all right. Well,
That is outrageous.
stopping is one of them.
Wait, which one? The one near the uni?
Like any speed camera.
No, but like the one that you're talking about, the one at the bottom of Mount Ousley. That's the one you mean, or the one kind of? No, but like there's another one as you're coming down, and that one I wanted to point out as I'm pretty sure it only picks up trucks. Like it's specifically there for truck speeds.
I think it's also people sitting in the truck lane or something anyway. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
possibly.
I do enjoy the fact though, as I've said many times before, that it doesn't take as long to drive down to Weekaway as it used to.
It's good, isn't it?
It's so quick.
It's so
It's
quick.
very quick, but it's far enough away to know that we're on holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's far enough that we won't drive home.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like at night, just to go to bed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right. So as long as you brought a towel, you'll be fine.
I think so.
Yeah.
And even then, you can go to Kmart.
You know, like if you walk into Kelowna though, do you reckon like a head torch is high up there?
Oh, you
Or
just
something?
get vision. You just open your eyes.
You get what from a shop?
No.
You just get vision,
From
man.
all the carrots.
All the carrots. You spend
all the carrots that Lewis brings.
You spend the whole week eating carrots. You can walk to Kelowna fine.
Is that why Lewis buys a bag of carrots?
Yeah, that's actually the sole reason.
I was talking to actually Josh about this during the week, who works at Youth Works, the game changing thing was when they lit up the stairs.
Yeah.
Going to
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
big
Now
definitely.
There's actually lights there.
It is actually
It
excellent.
used to be.
Oh, it used to be
very
an absolute death
We're
trap.
only talking like walking back very late.
Yeah,
Treacherous.
yeah. No, it is good.
Is
I
it-
think is it last year that I got carrot in a bag? Because I wouldn't have talked about it on this thing.
Carrot in a bag.
Must have been. So the boys bought a whole bunch of carrots last year.
It was the year before, I think they the first time.
Yes, and then this last
tradition
time
continued.
Well, yeah, it continued, and last year we also bought a whole bunch of raisin bread.
Oh, yes.
Was that last year?
Yeah.
Last year we had a whole bunch of raisin bread left over, and some of the boys at probably 4 a.m. decided to eat their way through a whole packet, but only eat the middle of a piece of bread, so they could then put it back in the packet and it looked like a normal loaf of bread. And
So
so
they took the 2 crusts off and took a bite out of every piece of bread.
yeah,
And went all the way through.
all the way through. All the way through. Now they were doing that and giggling and laughing all night, right? The next day, I get a bag of bread to take home, and I think Braden got one too.
I got that.
And I was driving up Mount Ousley, and I was like, I am famished. I'm absolutely starving. Oh, I've got this bread. That'll be great. I'll just eat some raisin bread as we drive. And so I'm driving. I'm trying to eat, but I'm not looking because I'm driving. So I don't look at the loaf of bread I'm eating, and I just pull out a carrot out of the middle of this loaf of bread that they've eaten. And I was so angry. I am so furious because I'm starving and all I want is some food. And they've eaten all the way through, and I was very upset. And I
Disappointing.
told them that, and they thought it was really funny.
That's always the trick that we used to do at weddings was eat out, go through the bottom of the bread roll that you got at weddings and eat the middle out. And then people are like, oh yes, I have my bread roll, and they slice through and it's like completely empty.
That's pretty funny. That's great.
That was a classic back in the day.
That's a good prank.
We are coming up to the Nantien Temple.
I have never been. I think we talked about this last time.
Neither have I.
I've never been. Braden, have you ever been?
No.
There you go. Good
I
conversation.
think, who do you think would be, like, we're saying none of us have ever been there.
Yes.
Who's the most likely to have gone there?
I know people who have gone there.
Excursion.
Yeah, school excursions.
Oh, I meant out of the three of us, though.
Yeah, I think my brother went on a school excursion.
Okay.
You mean out of the three of us, who would
Like,
be
was
most likely?
most likely to have gone, I've been there.
I don't know.
I think Ethan.
Yeah?
That's what I think, yep. You, like, went there on a date with Katie or something.
Nantien Temple.
Buddhist temple.
Classic,
Babe, I've got something
classic
for you.
Ethan going on a date to the Buddhist temple.
The pastor's kid.
Oh yeah, that's really on brand, eh? I don't know, it's cool architecture. I don't know. I think that'd be interesting.
It is kind of interesting architecture, isn't
Yeah.
it? Talking backpacking, I think the other thing, this is more like smart moves,
Sure.
not like essentials.
Okay.
If you're in probably family room,
Mm-hmm.
a heater.
Yeah, that would be.
But don't turn the air conditioning on. Just have a heater. Keep it the same temperature the whole night.
Yeah, because the air conditioning turns off after a few hours.
Right.
Doesn't it?
It saturates the room with hot air and then turns off for another 2 hours.
Yeah.
And you have to turn it back on.
Yeah.
It's no good. They used to have it on a timer, so it would go on and off, if I remember correctly. But
really?
now you've got the button.
I haven't been in Watersley for so long, so
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Okay.
Do we have heaters in the hall?
I think we do, but I don't know if they work.
Oh, okay.
There was a leak in the ceiling a couple years ago, so like
Wow.
I don't know if any air was escaping.
So yeah, hot tip, a bar heater. So you can probably go get that at Kmart if you haven't got one. You're like, Joel has got a hot tip. Then you can go get one from.
Yeah, we used to when I was in a family room at Watersley years and years ago.
Yep.
we would use we'd bring a little heater,
Yep,
one of those plug-in ones.
yep. That's the move, I think.
It was the move. I agree.
The other thing I've heard, and this is from your wife Beck, Braden,
Ooh.
is they put up, and this is probably for like rooms that you're probably sharing maybe, is they put up fairy lights.
Yeah, I think that was an Ange.
Yeah.
I think it's Ange Greaves. But so it's not massively bright,
Yeah.
but people can go in and out. People can go to sleep if they want. People
That's
can
really
come
clever.
in and see things rather than
Yeah.
like having like the blinding phone torch.
Yeah.
Or using the bathroom light, which is just so noisy.
Yeah.
When you switch on the fan.
Yeah.
So I think there's some nice little tips to keep you going.
They are good.
Just to improve the satisfaction of the accommodation.
And if you're driving and you haven't gone those things, we've said Kmart a few times. It's the Nowra one, right?
Yeah.
That's the way to go.
Well, I mean, if you're going down here, I wonder if there's a Kmart on the way. You might want to stop in Wollongong.
Oh, true.
But yes, there is a 24-hour Kmart at Nowra, which is close by to Watersby. We're somewhere in the vicinity of Dapto Dogs.
Oh.
I don't know if you've ever been to the dog track.
Nah. Can't say I've ever been
I
to
don't
the
think
dog
I have
track.
either. I don't understand racing dogs. You get like, I'm not even with horse racing so much either. Just like,
I think I understand horse racing a little more.
yeah, maybe
Because there's a person
you're riding
involved. Yeah.
There's no one riding the dog.
No, I don't think. I think the thing with horse racing is that actually is also the skill of the jockey
What skill,
and
bro?
weight of the jockey.
To take a bribe.
But yeah, dog racing, I don't get.
They're fast.
They are fast.
Greyhounds are fast.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I don't feel like. I don't know. I don't know. I think more and more I'm just like, I don't know if I really like the fact of just racing animals for money.
Yeah. I don't know if I do either.
Except for turtles.
I think you're right.
Yeah,
Turtles,
I think about racing
snails.
snails.
Yeah, snails I'm actually all here for. I watched Turbo and I was fully on board with snail racing.
Turbo is just a slow snail, but then he ends up being fast.
Well, he's a normal snail and then he gets some some nos
bro.
in his shell and then he becomes...
Oh, like almost like a Spider-Man thing.
Yeah, and then he races cars.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
I don't think I've watched Turbo. I'm going to have to watch that.
Put it on the watch list.
Now, what we have just passed is a truck carrying 2 portaloos.
Oh,
And that is a job that I would not like to do for a week.
drive portaloos.
Well, you mean you've got to pick them up as well.
That's
You've
super
got to pick
valid.
up full portaloos and drive them somewhere. No, thank you.
Yeah, not ideal.
I mean, when is a portaloo a good thing? I mean, it's a good thing that you can
That's
provide a toilet
it's
somewhere.
very helpful. It's better than nothing.
But using a portaloo is
Not a good time.
never
Well, no,
pleasant.
it is. It's a good time if you're first.
if you're the first one.
Yeah.
I find like portaloo's always like baking in the hot sun as well.
Yeah.
It's not pleasant.
Alas.
Passing an L later. If anyone's on the L's driving down the Wingway.
Congratulations,
Their hours up.
learner burner.
When, if you're on your L's, what's the... You know
Yeah,
how
I saw the guy driving looked about 50, but he wasn't. It was just his demeanour.
It's just an elderly 16-year-old.
Elderly 16-year-old.
The elderly in vibe.
Yeah.
What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say something about... Oh, if you're listening at a certain percentage speed, like 2 times or 1.5, you can also slow it down, right?
Yeah.
And if you're driving in your L's, is it like slow it down to 0 point something?
0.8.
Like, is that
So
the
like
strat?
if you drive it at 100, if the speed limit is 100,
Yeah.
and they can only drive at 80, then you put it at 0.8 speed.
0.8
I think,
speed.
wouldn't you?
Okay. I think that checks out. I think that would be...
Checks out.
I think that's a good idea. So if you want to listen to us extra slowly.
Now I promised I'd keep the infrastructure chat to a bare minimum.
This is where the infrastructure chat started.
It began.
last time.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying again. This bypass is awesome.
What is the bypass? Where are we at?
Yes,
Just to give us an update.
that was my introduction to. We are just coming out to the Albion Park bypass, or it's bypassing the Albion Park Rail.
It is.
Is that what that's what the kind of township is called?
Mm-hmm.
And I love it because you don't have to sit through 17 different lights. However, Albion Park was a good place to stop for McDonald's on the way down.
Yes, it was.
It's a very traditional place on the way
That is
down.
very
to stop.
true. Or stop for laser tag.
Yes.
They're the 2 things to stop
Did
for.
you ever stop for laser tag? on the
No,
way to
but I
work,
have
mate?
been there for laser tag, and I think stopping for laser tag would have been an excellent idea.
Yeah, go-karting.
I think
There is go-karting, but not great go-kart track.
in the event that I was getting the bus with a whole bunch of people down,
Oh, like sun on day away.
yeah, well, if it wasn't a day away, like if I was on Friday and a whole bunch of us were in the bus together, laser tag would have been a very fun stop.
That would be
That might be
kind of
something
cool
we do
to
in
like
the future.
make it like a really long trip down to Week Way. So
Yeah.
like you go to Lazer Tag and then you like stay overnight somewhere here,
Yeah.
and then you go to Jamboree.
Yeah, that'd be epic.
control the action on your way down there, and then you could go to Fitzroy Falls.
This is not the time of year for Jamboree,
Yeah,
though.
like Jamboree open.
Oh, true. Minamata Rainforest you go check out. Have you ever done the Treetop Walk there?
I have not. I've
very nice.
gone to do it several.
Oh, I
I think
know.
something I'd want to pay to go through.
See, I'm not a huge fan of heights, and I've done it. So that is actually the precursor to when I proposed to Karen. We went to the
Really?
Treetop Walk. Yeah.
Did you like hang upside down and
No.
Did you drop the ring?
Like
off the
kiss
rock?
upside down.
Oh no!
Oh no, we can't get married now, boy.
Oh.
It was actually, yeah. I loved her, divorced me. It was the other way around. I loved Speed, I divorced her.
Blimey.
But you have to be married. Now you get married to be divorced. But
I
yes,
just love Keanu.
I love Keanu Reeves so much.
the movie.
We're passing some cows. One of
Yes.
the things I really like about this drive is the wildlife.
Makes me think of Rob.
Yes, Rob Daniel.
Cows.
Oh.
Let's call these memories.
So is there something you could do on the way down is count how many cows you see.
That would be very difficult
See who-
to get accurately.
Let's see who gets the most.
Ooh.
I mean,
How many Link Fox trucks you got?
Oh,
We're on
we're-
4.
No,
We're
we're
on
on 7.
We're on 7. Have you been counting?
Oh, you've been counting.
You haven't. All right.
I was like, that's been a ridiculous amount.
This is the problem with these games. You can't. Oh, we are seeing a rainbow right
Always
now.
win if
There's
the
a
other
rainbow.
people don't know they're playing.
How cool are rainbows?
I like rainbows.
Amazing.
Rainbows are epic.
Like how many? Like
I saw a
that
photo.
God decided that's what He's putting there.
Yeah, unreal.
They're so beautiful.
I saw a photo online of a rainbow that was a full circle, and then at each
What?
of the four edges of what, like, not that a circle has points, but if a circle had 4 points, there was
A leprechaun.
there was another rainbow like
Oh,
cracking off
really?
it. Yeah, like a light
Wow.
rainbow. It was awesome.
I have seen like, oh, there's a helicopter just taken off over to the left of us. I have seen like 2 rainbows really close to each other.
Ooh,
That
yeah.
was kind of cool.
Love a good double rainbow.
Yeah,
Coming up across the sky.
double bow. I think the things that I know people find driving on roads like this, but I feel like it just makes the drive more pleasant. That's one of the reasons I like talking about the infrastructure all the time. It's just
Sure.
you don't have to stop and start. You know, don't you reckon? You tell me if this is how you feel. I feel like if you want to get somewhere and you stop and start, you get stuck at traffic lights and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you get annoyed? Do you get cranky?
I don't know, but if you've seen the movie Cars,
Oh,
it does destroy the local economy.
Yeah.
it does.
It does, and I think like it'd be interesting to see how much that has impacted Albion Park.
Yes.
Like, I know that it's impacted Berry.
Has it?
Yeah,
Well, it's right off there, though. That's the thing
Yeah,
with
but
Berry.
you don't have to.
you don't have
You
to.
don't have to drive it.
Everyone used to have to. And
That was
so
also-
it would just be chockers.
That was also so hard to get through Berry when it
Oh,
was
it was ludicrous to get through Berry.
ludicrous.
However, like,
And finally, the government did something about it.
Oh, yeah.
well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think my whole childhood is like these bypasses being built, and so therefore being like it taking 5 to 8 hours to get to Nowra.
Totally. Yeah.
School holidays road trip.
Yeah.
Gosh, they're driving pretty slow. It took me 8 hours to get an hour.
Well,
Just
at
sit-
least 3 of those hours was Berry.
Yeah. You would just sit in the traffic of them building this bypass.
Yeah.
No, but that didn't happen. Come on, guys. That didn't happen at Berry bypass, did it?
I don't know about the bypass, but just driving through Berry before the bypass was
Yes,
wild.
that's true. But you got like 2-lane roads, and then you squeeze them into 1 lane each way and in a 50-kilometre speed limit.
And then
One of the
everyone's
worst of
stopping
that.
to get out and go shopping.
Oh,
That was
yes.
one of the problems with Berry.
One
was
of
like,
the worst ones of that is Milton, which is further south of
yeah,
Ulladulla.
Milton's the same.
And the biggest problem, it's 1 pedestrian crossing
It is.
across the Princess Highway
Yep.
in the middle of Milton.
Yep.
That causes all the traffic. And you're like, maybe you could change that a little bit.
A little bit.
And it makes it a little bit easier for everybody.
Yes.
We have kind of bypassed Albion Park now.
We have.
I just passed a trailer that said Leisure Coast Limousines.
Ooh.
Do you reckon they're doing much business getting limousines around the south coast?
Obviously enough that there is one here. And I reckon there's probably only one.
Okay. Maybe they're giving lifts to the airport or something.
Maybe. Or doing year 10 formals.
Oh.
That's
Year
the only
10
context that I've ever
formals.
seen a limo.
Did you get Did you get a limo to either of your formals? Year 10 or year 12? No,
Actually, we went in Stu's combi.
I also went in Dad's combi.
That's cool. That was green. The green.
Yeah.
One? Okay.
Green machine.
Yeah.
Which is now blue, right?
It is now blue.
Yes, yeah.
It's very pretty.
Which is returned to the original combi, right? Which was
Well,
blue.
no. The original combi was a different blue.
Oh, okay.
It was
but
a
it's
darker blue.
I just meant it's a similar blue. Okay,
Yes,
yep.
it is. It is. It's similar in the fact that they're both blue. But one of them is like this really dark. It was like a navy and white. Maybe not that dark, but it was a dark blue. And then this one is like a sky blue. I think technically it's called flipper blue. I don't know the whatever the paint is, but I think that's a silly name. So
That's a silly name.
We're going past Schlaber.
yeah,
Schlaber. Is that what you call it?
Schlaber.
Schlaber.
For those that don't call it Shell Harbour, it's Schlaber. It's Shell Harbour.
Schlaber.
This truck has been trying to overtake me for a while, and I'm glad he finally did.
Okay. Remember when we were talking about, we were reminiscing about how we recorded this last time, Ethan, and we said, you know, if there's any dead air, what should we have to come up with it? And we realised, well, when you put two extroverts in the car, they don't have a problem talking
There's
the whole
not
time.
really any chance of dead air.
And I feel like we just had a bit of dead air then, which was funny.
There was a moment.
Do
It was
we-
actually. I'm trying to figure out what's the speed limit.
100.
100. Okay, cool.
Can we lay the blame of the dead air squarely at Braden's feet, though?
I was mentioning Schlaber. I was trying to get something.
Yeah, he was getting. You're on your
I'm the only
phone,
one on this team, really.
You know why I'm on my phone? I'm getting the week away booklet.
and I think that's what it was. What it was you're on your phone.
Oh.
I'm trying to figure out the speed limit, and this truck is attacking me. And
Attacking?
Braden's talk about Schlaber.
Okay. Well, we
He's just so
apologise.
hyper focused on Schlaber.
Oh, there's the rainbow again. I apologise.
It's the same rainbow, man.
Is it the same? I think it's the same one.
We've been driving in this direction for a while.
Yeah,
it's the same rainbow.
Yeah, but we're singing for a different angle.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. Anyway, what were you about to say?
Okay, a question.
Opened up a
You
thing.
mentioned my phone.
I
right?
did mention your phone.
And I've got a question about that.
Yeah, man.
And I think I did even raise this on the last podcast. I have a vague recollection of doing it. So since they've brought in free Wi-Fi
Ooh, yes.
at the kind of meeting rooms, I feel like this is just an observation at Waldersley.
Yep.
An observation that I have is that I feel like people are using their phones more, whereas because there's not very good phone reception,
That's true.
and we didn't get a chance to get on the Wi-Fi.
Yep.
We often weren't using our phones and leave them in a room.
Yep.
And I found that a nice little detox,
Yeah.
little tech detox. Just announcing to everyone on social media that I'm doing a tech detox. But I found that was a good thing. But I feel like that's kind of changed the ideas and perception about whether it's good to have your phone around or not. What do you think?
I think that's a really good question, and I really value not using my phone. Like, I think this is a time where I will not.
Yes.
And I'd love to see if hopefully this conversation is a catalyst for people in your cars to think about whether we want to use our phones or not this week.
But don't turn us off. Let's have a conversation.
Yeah. No, but I think it's and it's up to, like, we're not telling anyone what to do. That wouldn't be what we do. But I think I'm going to try and not use my phone this week because I
used to leave it in my room.
Yeah.
I smashed it a couple of years ago on the first night.
Oh, that's right.
It's kind of dictated not using it.
Yes.
It's probably a good thing. Not the most financially fiscal way of not using your phone for weeks.
No, it wasn't ideal.
On the first night.
Yeah, that's something I'm wondering if you did, like my modus operandi would be on my phone, so I'll put it in my pocket.
Yeah.
And then I'll walk in to have breakfast, for example.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, I got my phone. I'll look at my phone.
Yeah.
So
check the news.
Maybe I will try
doom scroll.
And not even a doom scroll. I might go check if there's any motor racing news.
Sure.
Stuff like that. But maybe people can keep me accountable. I'm going to put this out there. That maybe if you see me on my phone, give me a slap.
Yeah, all right. I would
just let me know. I'm going to try and keep my phone in my room, unless I need to do it like while we're organising something like trivia or something.
Yep.
I'm going to try and keep my phone in my room for the whole time.
Excellent. That sounds great.
All right.
I will do.
Who would join me in my quest?
I think I'll join you in your quest. My problem, I think, one of the hard things about Kaluna is that sometimes you do need to contact people.
Yep.
Back and forth. So I think, I think if you see me using my phone, ask me and then slap me.
Okay.
Because if I'm not doing anything,
Please don't. If you see me doing it, please don't slap me too hard.
no, definitely slap him really hard.
On the butt. I'll take the hustle.
I'm not gonna. I don't think that should be a public
okay.
call to everyone listening.
We'll strike that from the record.
Yeah.
Sorry.
A public invitation.
Sorry, I have a bit of a thing that, like, I'm leaving the house and both my daughters slap me on the butt before I leave. I have not encouraged it. They've just started doing it.
Just started happening.
Yeah, so maybe that's why I was getting a bit too handsy.
But yes, no, I think a good whack is good.
I think it's also refreshing to not be stuck in your phone.
I agree.
I think it's something I've been working on over many years, is trying not to use my phone as much.
Yeah.
As an example, I delete Instagram during the working week.
Yeah,
and
cool.
I only install it back on my phone, and usually just to check all the reels that people have sent me.
Yep.
I found out, interesting, I installed it this morning because I'm going on holidays just a week away from tomorrow.
Lovely.
But my wife had sent me 9 reels that I needed to process through. But yeah, that's the only thing. Like, because I think, like, in terms of Instagram, it just ends up being entertainment that just makes me dumber a lot of the time.
Sure. Yeah.
Look at that rainbow.
That is quite majestic.
That's the same one, but it's almost the full thing.
That's so cool.
That is mad.
And the pot of gold is at the Kiama Lighthouse.
Yes.
What you're not seeing, everybody, is this really lovely vista. You know, as you go around the corner, which you're probably doing now, and you see
At Bombo.
And you see the Kiama Lighthouse and the ocean, and it's all really beautiful. Over all of that is the thickest rainbow you've ever seen.
Yep.
And thick is the only way to describe it.
I love that description that you just put in there of giving people a very vivid look at it. The only thing you missed was calling it a lovely vista. I'd like to change that to a magnificent vista.
What is it? Sublime vista. The most sublime vista.
You know, the only thing that would make this better if I had a pair of Sublime gumboots on right now.
Right now.
Yeah.
You can get your Sublime gumboots using the code CHIP at checkout.
That's it. Yeah, you get that 10% off.
Get 10% off
when they use the chip at checkout.
That helps support the podcast.
It does.
But yeah, that's what I'm just suggesting. Like, do we see week away as a time to, like, build really special relationships and increase, like.
Sorry, I'm still laughing at that joke. That's really funny.
Which joke?
Just the fact that we just did a little ad for nothing.
I love it.
For real.
Nothing.
That's
For
what
nothing. We need to get on this.
We did it for comedy purposes.
No, that's not what I meant by nothing. I meant that
we don't get paid for it.
No, that it's just not a real product. Anyway, I was chuckling.
I think it's going to end up being a thing. Yeah, it's like the Lionel thing.
That's true.
Lionel coin. Yeah, you can only pay for some line gumboots with Lionel coin.
Yes.
Buy, sell.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. So you were saying something, John?
I think there's a chance that we just drove past the guy in a Tesla that was headed self-driving.
Oh, cool. Was he on his phone? Is that how you got
He had his head back like this. He had his head like tilted back and almost like it almost looked like he was having a sleep.
Wow, that's dangerous. I think that's kind of my worry if I was a train driver for a week. I think I'd do the things I need to do and then I'd nap. Or a plane driver, to be honest. Like, it's a long flight.
A plane driver.
You know what I mean?
More commonly known as a pilot.
No, that's a plane driver. As opposed to a train pilot.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the phone conversation. Let's keep that chat going. Yeah, we're spending a lot of time together. We may as well make the most of it.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm suggesting. So.
Yeah. And I think lots of people detox. Like, you're talking from an extrovert's perspective.
It's true.
I think a lot of introverts will detox in kind of different ways. Whether that is, like, there's a lot of people who love to read a good book, chill out, maybe do some knitting.
Yes. I'm all for reading a good book, by the way.
Different ways you can kind of, if you think the idea of being off your phone means that you're so socialising the whole time. That's maybe not the most exciting idea. I'm sure there's lots of other creative solutions.
Yeah, no, thank you for clarifying my point.
No, I'm just bouncing off the idea.
No, it's good. It's a helpful point to make.
I think just one other thing is that it's. I can see it. I can see it, man.
Oh, we might even.
Do you want to get out and have a look? Let's go for a dig.
Getting a pot of gold.
Ooh, find that leprechaun.
Because we're right on Kiama Bends at the moment. I reckon it's literally into the valley of Kiama Bends, isn't it?
We're a matter of meters away.
We really are.
I think one of my favourite photos on the internet is a rainbow ending on a duck. And like someone's taken a photo of the end of the rainbow on a duck and been like, "We've been lied to. It's just a duck."
It's just a duck. It literally goes right.
It goes right there. It's right there.
Wow.
It's right there.
It is right there, and the skip bin that we're passing is right in the way. I can't see.
There's questions about whether someone's already gone and got a pot of gold.
Oh, they've
It's
retrieved
the
it.
duck has gone and got it.
I always thought, you know how they like draw it, the rainbow's coming out of the pot of gold, but that was a very large rainbow, so it must be a very large pot of gold.
Yep.
That's true.
Yep. Larger the rainbow, larger the gold.
We're rich, guys.
Well, we're not because we're driving past it because we want to go to Wig Away.
Oh, there goes the Tesla. He's not self-driving right
He's
now.
not
I don't
driving
think.
now. He is driving Speedy Gonzalez in the wet. Oh! Well, I was going to say that a physical Bible is a really helpful thing.
Put that right up there, along with writing notes with the pen.
Yeah, I think that's a really just a helpful way to do the gathering in the morning and then the quiet time afterwards. If we get a chance to get some quiet time, because sometimes we don't always get to go.
Yeah.
That is true.
I have seen a preview of the Weekway booklets that we always get.
Yeah.
And the entire passage is in there as well.
Lovely. Okay,
So
that's super helpful.
If you want to save some weight,
Yeah.
that would be very helpful as well. But I do like having my Bible with me anyway.
Yep.
That's something I've been practicing for quite a while, is carrying my physical Bible with me always to church.
Yep.
And then also, like, I've got it in my backpack that I take to work and stuff as well. I really enjoy doing that. Speaking of the Weekway booklet, shall we start previewing what we can look forward to
I think that's a great idea.
as we...
Is there a what to pack section in there?
what? Sorry?
Is there a what to pack section? Oh no, that's.
Well, they would have already got there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too late. The what to pack section says too late. You're already here.
And if you're passing the turn off to Gerringong, you have already packed.
Yes, you have, which is what we are doing right now.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, this is where another good bypass begins. Because this is basically from here to Nowra is freeway.
It's freeway.
That's so good.
Epic.
All right,
talk us through it.
Talk us through it. I am having a look at the Weekway booklet, which you will be provided with once you arrive.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start with Friday. Now, hopefully you're arriving at around 5 p.m. Try not to get there any earlier. If not, turn around or find something else to do.
Yep.
And you get...
Lazer Tag would have been a great option.
Yes,
You've missed
if
it
you
now.
need to burn time.
Yeah, you've missed it now, but it would have been a good option.
It's interesting back in the days, back when it was Sorobola, Gaimir, and there was Weekway was smaller, because Weekway this year is the most people we've ever had.
Ever.
But when it was a bit smaller, we used to, like, a lot of us used to convoy down to the place. But
We would. And we'd go to Berry.
yes, we go to Berry, but we also
Lunch in Berry.
we were able to get there earlier too, which I think they've pushed the arrival time back. Anyway, so we're going to arrive at around 5 p.m. Dinner time, 6 to 7, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Okay.
And then we have the first session of the talks with our friend Anthony Douglas, who's doing all the talks this year.
I'm really excited for these, actually. I think it'll be
I
really
am
good.
too. I think Anthony is a very well thought out man.
He is, yeah.
And I'm looking forward to what he's prepared.
Yeah.
So learning about God's word in a deeper, more meaningful way.
I'm excited for that too.
And then after that, that's 7:30 to 8:30 on Friday. And then after that, supper and free time.
Unreal.
Yeah, you'll notice that free time appears quite often a week away.
Yep.
Especially in the afternoons and evenings.
Do you have some suggestions for free time?
Well, that's interesting. I spend a lot of time talking to people.
Yep.
But one of the problems that one of the things that I come up against about Monday, Tuesday, is I go looking around, like, you know, Saturday, Sunday is kind of like people getting used to being on a week away.
Yep.
And I find that by Monday, Tuesday, everyone's in the groove.
Yep.
But I find that on Mondays and Tuesdays in the afternoons, I feel a bit lost because I go to find people to talk to, and sometimes I can't find them because they're out doing something.
Yeah, well, I think Monday, Tuesday is a really good time to go out and do something.
Yes.
Because you might get cabin fever otherwise.
Right.
And I think cabin fever makes a lot of sense.
Makes a lot of sense.
You
rate
stuck
cabin
in
fever? Or?
No, as in it makes sense that it happens. And so it makes sense that people would want to get out there. I usually don't. However, the last few years I've been going to Berry and going to the park.
Oh, that is an unreal park at Berry.
Top-rated park.
Playground, we should say.
Playground,
There's a skate park. It's amazing.
It's got all the things.
I think Symbio went there 17 times last year.
That is a big number and probably accurate. I went twice. It was really good, and so I would recommend that, particularly if you're a family.
My children have asked me if we can go there already.
Or if you're not a family and you just want to hang out and go on the spinny thing, which is what I will be doing as someone who is not in a family.
I think it's you're your own family, you just don't have children yet. But the thing I would say is that it is very all family friendly. Even adults will have a fun time.
The adults will froth.
Yep.
Yeah.
As will children.
As all of the above.
Children are frothing.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other suggestions for free time? Sometimes there's a football/soccer game that happens.
I like to I'm not normally someone that likes to get tied down to a board game, but I will go and sit and chat to people playing board games.
Yep. Yeah, that's all right.
My go-to is always to after lunch, quickly go duck back to Cluna and have a shower.
Yep.
I haven't had one in the morning.
And
then come back and then just kind of get the lay of the land. Again, it takes a couple of days for people to kind of settle into week away. I normally enjoy a good soccer game one of the afternoons, especially if some of the younger crew championing doing that. But I do like that moment of just sitting down next to someone you haven't chatted to for a while and don't get to see as often, and just shooting the breeze or seeing someone new. But that's also, it's great to do that over lunch. So that's why the free time, sometimes you've already done that over lunch. For me, with free time, it always ends up getting filled. I've never sat around and been like, I've got nothing to do.
I think it's more sometimes I'm paralysed by choice.
Yeah, that's
about what to do. I'd like to actually take a little bit of time, if I'm able to just go and sit on the hill and read a book or something.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and do that this year. What was the other thing? One of my favourite free time memories of week away ever was probably 4 or 5 years ago. It was before COVID.
Mm-hmm.
We sat down to have lunch, and the same people that I had lunch with, we continued the conversation, and some people jumped in and out until dinner time.
Yeah.
That's how long we were there.
That's awesome.
And so that must have been 5 hours or something like that.
Yeah.
It was really, really cool. And we talked about so many different things that it was just exceptional. That's one of my top memories.
And it's delightful.
Shall we continue on the schedule? It was sublime.
That's sublime.
It's going to be a sublime week away.
I think it will be a sublime week away.
Yep.
What do you actually, just before we go on though, what do you do if it's raining?
Oh, you know what? I'd
During
love
free
it.
time.
A pair of Sublime gumboots usually gets me through.
I also would love a pair of Sublime gumboots.
Perfect time.
Is that what you were setting up?
Of course it was.
You're a legend. Anyway, okay.
But I was also saying, if it rains and it's not Sublime, what do we do in free time? I think board games.
If it rains,
chats are good.
I mean, chatting and board games. I mean, I don't think you can get much better than that.
Soccer in the mud is really good.
Oh yeah, I probably won't do that, but if you want to do it, go for it.
I think I will.
Okay. It's not that I'm adverse to mud. It's like, what do I do at the end?
That's really valid.
With all the dirty stuff.
Well, conveniently, you brought more than just a towel.
Yeah. You'd hope so. We don't know yet.
I haven't. Not on this trip. Maybe when I'm driving a week away, I will, but not on this trip. Okay, Saturday.
Yeah.
Cold breakfast, and this is the same for every day.
Mm-hmm.
Cold breakfast, 8 to 8:30.
Yeah.
Hot breakfast is served from 8:30 to 9:15 a.m.
Yep.
And then we go into our talk sessions. So we always have music, singing, some little announcements.
Interview.
Oh, how good were the interviews last year, lads?
They were very good.
They were so good. And then obviously the talk.
Yep.
Anthony's talk again, which is amazing. So that's 9:30 to 11. 11 to 11:30 morning tea.
Mm-hmm.
And that just leads into discussion groups. Get yourself some morning tea.
Yep.
In your booklet, it'll tell you which discussion group you're in and where they're, and usually where a lot of them are hanging out
Yep.
to have the discussion. That takes us all the way up to lunch, which is 12:30 to 1:30.
Epic.
And then Saturday. Does everyone remember what we usually do on Saturday in the afternoon?
The soiree.
Soiree on the green.
On the green.
Which is always a wonderful time.
It is lovely.
Where people play the gifted musicians in our community play lovely music,
Mm-hmm.
and we get lots of crackers and cheese.
Do you know what the word soiree means? I have no idea what the word soiree means.
It's like a small gathering, I think.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it French? It feels French.
Oui.
It feels French.
We are not French.
Shocking.
It's an evening party or reception. Or a formal evening party. So not so much on the... Well, but we'll say it's an informal afternoon party.
An informal afternoon party. Love it.
For our purposes.
Yeah. On the green.
Yeah, it starts from 2 p.m.
Yep.
to take advantage of the sunlight, because sometimes it takes a while for people to wander down. So we're trying to look to see if we can make that a little bit earlier this year to try and make use of the sunlight.
Yeah.
Because last year, I do remember, it was very, very windy and it got very cold quite quickly.
It was very windy and it got very cold.
So that'll be just after lunch, an hour or so after lunch. So be prepared for that. Come down, hang out.
Lovely.
You will see where it's happening.
Yeah.
It's usually down at the bottom underneath the tree.
Yeah.
Trees. And really just come down and hang out, sit on a picnic rug and chill out.
Perfect.
Have some crackers and dip. I hope there's some dip. I like a bit of dip.
I love a bit of dip. Just as we talk about the soiree, we are passing the Berry exit, which is
It's just
lovely.
getting so fast. I just love it.
Yeah, it's unreal. We're also passing a tractor.
Tractor with hay bales.
John Deere tractor with hay bales.
Hay beals.
Hay beals.
Haley Beals.
Hay beals.
Haley Bieber.
Haley Bieber.
That's a track of Haley Biebers. Yeah, get us a truck of Haley Biebers, will you?
Oh. Yeah,
All right.
sorry to
you're welcome.
interrupt. I just want to give everyone their timestamps.
No,
also, just to be really annoying to all our listeners, Braden, can you check the battery on that camera for me, bro?
It is
Now, while you're doing that,
Just make sure it's still recording.
19%.
Oh, okay.
low. Shorty got low.
Yeah, cool.
That's still recording, so that's good. Followed by the soiree, same time for dinner every night, so I won't repeat these every night.
Yeah.
6 p.m. is dinner.
Sure. Lovely.
Till about 7 p.m. Make sure you're going to different tables and having dinner with lots of different people.
Mm-hmm.
And then, can you have a guess what will be after that, guys? Free time? Free time. Do what you like until you wish to go to bed.
How good.
Yep.
The dream.
Okay, then the day starts again on Sunday. Cold breakfast, 8. Sorry, cold breakfast at 8. Hot breakfast at 8:30. Session, morning tea, discussion groups, lunch. Now, the only other thing to think about is Sunday, the times are slightly different.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is where we're celebrating day away, a week away.
This is the first time we've ever done that?
First time ever. And it's really to love the people that are going to come down for a day. So we're going to make a thing of it.
Yeah.
And so we're going to just push things back half an hour, so give people time to come down, to hang out. I know a lot of our crew from Miranda Congregational Church are coming down.
Mm-hmm.
So everything's just pushed back half an hour, basically.
Yeah.
Just so you know. But then, so lunch will be at 1. But then there's plenty of free time. Sunday night is trivia. We prepared for that. Not fully yet, but we'll be there.
Yeah, no, but because it's Friday when everyone's listening to this, we are prepared.
Oh yeah, I was just saying we will be prepared.
Maximum preparation.
Preparation is at the max, guys.
The max. Peak preparation.
But trivia is just the time we get people to get up and ask questions about something they're interested in.
Yep.
We're going to change the format a little bit. There's going to be different things. We like to change it up every year.
Yeah, keep it spicy.
Keep it spicy. And I don't know what else we could add into trivia. Braden, you've got a few music rounds. Yes. So Braden's going to be a regular appearer.
Am I?
Oh yeah, unless you want me to ask those questions, but we'll figure that out. Anyway, as we said, the preparation is ramping up.
It's ramping. It's increasing as we speak.
Increasing to the max, and then supper and free time afterwards. Moving on to Monday. Can you remember what time breakfast is as a test for you guys? Cold breakfast, what time?
I have never woken up for breakfast
Yeah.
except when I'm on Orderlies.
Oh my god.
I was having this conversation the other day. I wake up and I get to the talk, and then I go have I like Brayden. I go have my shower afterwards. Like
Wow.
it's I'm putting it as late as I possibly can.
This is a different vibe.
very
I'm
rarely
either
eat
on
breakfast.
music or I'm waking up for the talk.
Yeah.
That's normally the two.
Hang on, you're saying you're waking up for the talk or you're waking up for like the actual session?
If I'm not on music, I'm waking up to get to the session.
Okay. Okay, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
I wouldn't encourage that. I'd encourage getting up and having breakfast and you can talk to more people.
Well, what-
Breakfast person.
Yeah, and what we're encouraging is staying up until 2 a.m.
Yeah.
the night before.
It's true.
Like, I don't think you need breakfast if you've stayed up until 2 a.m.
I think this is
So you've been eating raisin toast.
Exactly. What we are encouraging is no matter what, make it to the session.
Make it to
because
the
that's
session.
super important.
Yeah, you gotta make it.
You got to make it to the session.
That's right, 9:30 guys.
Yeah,
9:30 for the session. Cold breakfast is at 8, hot breakfast 8:30. Session, morning tea discussion groups
Yeah.
on Monday. Free time after lunch. And then at dinner is
Yeah.
the special dinner.
Yes. What's special about this dinner?
Let me tell you, it's going to have a touch of gold to it.
Yeah, so that's a dress up that if you haven't figured out quite yet, now you'll be figuring it out on the way down.
Tell you what, Kmart can always provide.
Kmart. There'll be some gold at Kmart, I'm sure.
There will be some gold
So a touch of gold is the theme.
to celebrate the upcoming Olympics.
I've had some conversations with people who are taking this further than just a touch of gold.
Goodness me.
And some people are just doing a touch of gold. So I think either one, if you are a dress up kind of person, that's the vibe.
Come in something gold.
Come in
But it's
gold.
also the roast dinner, I believe.
It is the roast dinner.
So that's why we've had a Christmas in July before.
Yeah.
I can't remember what we did last year.
I think we had another dress up kind of vibe.
Yeah, we just usually do something fun, dress
Yeah.
up to
Bring a bit of pizzazz to the
yeah,
week.
exactly. And then free time. It's a very
stuff.
regular occurrence, the free time.
Yeah.
Okay, Tuesday. Oh, sorry. We have cold breakfast at 8, hot breakfast at 8:30, session 9:30, morning tea, discussion groups lunch, free time. And then Tuesday night, Brayden, do you want to tell us about Tuesday night?
Tuesday
night.
we are doing a 90s night, which is going to be very, very fun.
90s music. Are we calling it It's Brown again? Sure.
So, yeah, there's a bunch of us that really like live music, both playing it and washing to it, and having a good time. It was really fun doing it for the first time last week away. It was really, I don't know, I think it was just a really lovely time to celebrate, have fun, and just cut loose near the end of week away. So we'll be doing that again this year. It'll be really exciting. I always enjoy getting to do some kind of music thing at week away, whether it's formal or informal, but yeah, I think this was really fun last year, and people that had a lot of fun doing it last year, we're keen to do it again, so
Nice.
looking forward to it.
And it's a new list of songs, like it will be different to last year.
completely new.
Excellent.
Excellent.
No rehashes here.
Excellent.
I think it's fun. The things that I really enjoy on week away are when someone is really excited about making something happen, and so it happens.
Yeah.
And whether that's something that we've chucked in the program, like trivia and the 90s night, or the things that will no doubt happen over the course of week away,
Yeah.
I think that's what's really fun. And it's the same every week at late night or at Soli's when you have someone who's just, or a youth, you have someone that's really keen on something and they get to share that with other people.
Yeah.
And you have that with every year, a bunch of people really like to go to the Dirty Tea Shop, play a soccer game, or some people have run like fitness classes.
Oh yeah, shout out Amy Abraham did that.
Yeah.
I ran the music for that.
Yeah.
A little bit too offensive gangster rap.
2000s.
Gangster rap.
Absolute trash 2000s music. Yeah, so I think that's what's fun. That's what I get excited about, is that there's a bunch of crew that really love playing music, and we get to do that and enjoy that together as a community.
Yeah, I think you're right. And I like the fact that we're closing in on an hour.
Yeah. Can I get a battery check, Braden?
Oh, for those who like living life on the edge, we are on 12%.
Yeah, cool.
Will we make it?
I don't know.
We will. I reckon we will.
Make it.
I reckon we're wanking it on the battery. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Let's
We got 6 k's an hour.
Oh yeah, we're fine.
If you're you
just
should.
dropped 5% in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah. That's the stress.
That's the
It's
concern.
that was why I asked for the check.
That last
because
percent though, that last percent always out.
it does last a good 20 minutes.
All right. I reckon we'll be fine then.
It's just Joel's microphone.
Yeah. So
It
you
is.
can.
So
Yeah.
we don't need to hear Joel.
Many people have wished they had a mute button on me for a long
Nah,
time.
it's fine. We'll get it. I have a solution.
All
It's
right.
all good.
Just to talk about, that was Tuesday night as
Mhm.
Braden was wrapping up for us. Wednesday is obviously, sadly, our departure day. So usually it's just breakfast. We have the last session and morning tea, and then it's time to depart. There's a usual collation of lost items that are put on the table out the front, out in the breezeway that people need to find. But there is a lunch happening on the way home, if you wish, at the Waterfront Tavern at Shell Cove.
Sure.
And that'll be around 12:30.
I will be there.
You'll be there?
I'll be there.
Okay.
It'll be lovely.
This building is new, coming into Narra.
Coming into Nara, there is a black building.
I don't know what that is. Maybe a car dealer or something.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Coming into Nara.
Oh, look
Oh.
at that.
Welcome. Oh, not Bomaderry.
Welcome to Bomaderry.
Welcome to Bomaderry.
It's like the preview to Nara.
It is.
That's why it's got
Pre-Nara.
all the petrol stations before it.
Yeah. There's a good Macca's stop here. That is a regular.
I think they were the 3 waypoints, wasn't it? It was Heathcote, Albion Park, Nowra.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, I looked at my phone, so we had a bit of dead air again. But it's because we all got a text from the staff, the staff chat that we have. I always find it interesting at big towns that you come into like this, they always have just like the big stuff. Like you've got a big KFC, you've got a car dealer, you've got a McDonald's, you've got 4 petrol stations on the way in. This Woolies is rather new. Click and collect, so if you did forget anything that you wanted to bring, get the direct to boot and just pick it up on the way in.
Great idea.
Thank you.
Well, actually, it doesn't matter because we don't. What are you getting from Woolies?
Snacks. You want to bring snacks for late night, for the supper time?
I guess so.
There's always chocolate. Chocolate gets chocolate gets consumed.
True.
Across board games. Whoa, there we go.
We don't need to gear shift like
We
that.
went a bit of a high, a bit of a low gear unnecessarily, but that's okay because we'll forgive you.
Thank you.
A lot of schools along here too.
Yeah, Nowra Anglican College, we're just going past on the left.
Celebrating. The office is closed, by the way, which is interesting. That's what the sign
I wonder if it'll be open next week.
No, it's school holidays, you silly Billy. You silly sausage.
Never getting to experience week away as a kid.
Yeah?
Having something like this at school holidays would be great.
It was unreal.
Oh,
Yeah,
It was
the
unreal.
only one gig you attended as a child. That was week away.
Yeah, it
The
was
kids
awesome.
in the cars that are getting ready. That was week away.
Oh, like
They
getting
are
on a
fired up.
scooter and just absolutely ripping it up all across.
All day.
All day. You just ride the same track all day, and it's excellent. I grew up going to Weekway. One of the really awesome things that we have at the moment.
you would have been the
is
first child on
that-
Weekway, right?
Well, yeah, one of the
Yeah.
really awesome things we have at the moment is that if you're a kid coming to Weekway, it's pretty likely that you have a whole bunch of kids either your age or around it.
Oh, it's
And
very likely.
I
yes.
was when I was going Weekway, I was the only one for a long time that was my age, and that was actually still really fun. It was a really awesome time to be a kid in that space because you're free and you're excited and you're going around doing silly stuff and
Just when my kids are fired up as to go,
Yeah, it's
and then
the
when they
best.
leave, they're really sad.
Yeah.
And they talk about
the
it
same.
for weeks after.
I was the
Week away
same.
Blues are real.
Weekway blues are so real. It's either Weekway blues or a crippling illness. Like there's not really.
Probably a mixture of both.
Yeah, true. There's no positives after Weekway. That's.
I've only
the
got
takeaway.
really sick on 1 week away.
So have I.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 actually. I've got sick like on week
On
away,
week away,
and then there was the year.
There was a year quite a few years ago
Yeah.
where many of us got very ill.
But we probably don't need to talk about
Also,
this too much.
we're sitting at the traffic lights at the moment, turning right before the Nowra Bridge.
Yes.
Almost there.
We're almost there.
We're almost
this
there.
is my like when I drive, this is the most exciting
Yeah.
bit. Like, there's still a little bit of a drive, but like this is the bit where I'm like, I'm here.
Yeah,
Like in
we're a
my
week
head,
away.
I've done it. I'm
Yeah.
a week away.
Yep,
Yeah.
I agree.
And this is, I don't know if people are the same, but this is it.
There's a Tuscany wood-fired pizza.
Ooh, delicious.
Delicious.
Ooh, green light.
This is Kinghorn
Also
Street, so it's
delicious.
it must be in the centre of Nowra. But
So your kids love Week Away, Josh?
oh, bro, they just love it. They love the kids song, the Kids Not Kids song.
Yeah.
They love being able to just spend time and hang out. And you like a lot of the children get a lot of freedom. Just to spend time with each other, and I think that's something that they really, really enjoy because they don't get that a lot of the time. Everything else is very controlled. It's not
Very structured.
very structured. So I think that's one of the reasons they really love it. The Kids Not Kids song, the fact like I find it a bit disconcerting sometimes because I don't see my kids for a long time, even though I know they're there. So as a parent that's meant to be responsible for them, sometimes I do wonder. So I would highly recommend you still check in on your kids every hour or so.
There is a period of time where the kids are looked after.
Yes.
But that's just during the talk. Like
Yes.
the rest of the not the gathering, the session. The rest of it is their free reign, but also they're still your reign.
Yeah. But they're one of their favourite times of the year, and they get really excited on the way down. It's just like at the end of a road trip, you know how you just get a bit silly.
Yep.
Which we're starting to do, I think. You just know because you're getting close. Like you're just like either you're looking forward to it or you're like, oh, I don't want to go home, so you'll muck up or be silly because you're like, I don't really want to go home.
Yeah.
Or it's just going into a new environment, and that's why the week away blues is such a thing. Sometimes is that. It's you're just contributing and being part of relationships so much that it kind of gets taken away from you, and you're like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. Sometimes. Through the North Nowra shops, another petrol station on the left here. The North Nowra Bowls Club looks quite fancy. It's not even a bowls club. It's just North Nowra Tavern.
Yeah.
The Tav.
The Tav.
Yeah, I think Week Away, you do get those blues, I think, because I don't know, people have different experiences on Week Away, obviously, but like, I normally have I get reflective, I think, when I'm tired, and I think it is a nice time of reflection and disconnection from all the things that are going on around you, and so you kind of get this time to check out, and also it's time in community and checked into God's Word every morning, which I think is lovely. Something I really enjoy, getting to have that intentional kind of really, really concentrated time together every year. I think it's something that I do bemoan when it's over, but I also look forward to it. Like it's always a big highlight of the year.
Yeah. I think you hit the nail on the head when you say the intentionality part of it. It's like intentional time spent in God's Word, intentional time spent with each other, and intentional free time as well.
Yeah.
That you don't have to have anything programmed in your, like if you're coming for the whole 5 days, you don't, like after lunch, nothing is programmed into your life except dinner.
Totally.
And I think that's part of the thing I was saying about a bit disconcerted sometimes on Monday and Tuesday. I'm like, wait, I'm used to having something I've got to do.
Yeah.
But it's not the case at Week Away, and I think that's a good thing to almost shock my body and brain into doing.
Yeah, it's like choose your own adventure.
Yeah, and I think there's also this element of like understanding to a degree, like God's created us to stop and rest, and I think that's what a big part of Week Away is. It's almost like kind of like an extended Sabbath in a way. It's like and that's why I was talking about the phone thing before, is that what things can I do to kind of, I don't know, re-establish my relationship with God that may not be as strong as I want it to be.
Yeah.
And with other people too. So
yeah, doing that in community is a really beautiful thing.
That's right.
To have that genuine rest, like there is a genuine part of it that is restful, but a lot of it is going actually with others and loving others, and it's a really beautiful expression of that.
Yeah,
I've had some really, like, I don't know, I am as close with people because of week away as I am. I don't know if I'm phrasing that correctly.
Yeah. Well, you have some real key experiences.
Yeah.
Some core memories. If you
Yeah.
out too recently.
Yeah. Core memories.
That were formed that week away.
Yeah, definitely.
And if this is your first time, like, or if it's only your second or something like that, like I'm saying this with 23 years of week aways under my belt, right? Not every week away is the one that you form those core memories. But doing this every year is a really beautiful thing to be able to do. Like that story I told earlier about the bread thing. Like, so the boys that did that to me still talk about how much fun that night was.
Yeah.
And that was the dumbest thing ever. And it wasn't organized and it wasn't whatever. And it will never be recreated. And I will never recreate that with one of them in the same way, right? But I will do something else.
You have a chance to create some other memories.
Exactly, yeah. And that's a really beautiful thing and a really exciting thing about Week Away that I look forward to every year. That's like, oh, we're going to do something this year that I'm going to tell stories about later. And it might be a bad story, but it'll be funny. Like,
as we get closer and closer to our destination.
Yes.
What would you...
We're just past the Pony Club.
Yes, just past the Pony Club. What would you recommend? I had a conversation with someone recently about it being their first week away. Or two people, actually.
Cool.
And they're a little bit nervous about it.
Sure.
Which is interesting because they've never been away on a church week away camp, whatever you want to call it, for 5 days before. What's your hot tips for people that is coming as newly week aways?
As we asked that question, the camera officially just hit 0%. It's still running though.
I'm going to thank you for that,
It's running
Brayden.
0%.
I'm going to get Joel to hold that kind of there.
So we just lost one of our microphones, but
we haven't lost it yet.
So we're getting close.
Don't hold it by the top.
We're getting close.
Yeah, just keep an eye on it. It'll black off.
So tips for a 5-day.
New people to come into week away.
Yeah. I would say, like, the helpful thing for me with that, like dinners are at all our gatherings, the meals are a really great time to get to know someone. And if this sounds really bad, but if you're someone that's nervous about getting to know new people, meals are great because they have a start and an end point.
Oh, totally agree.
And so if you are like, hey, if you're like someone who maybe doesn't have the biggest social battery in the world, grabbing lunch with someone you haven't met is such a great opportunity to know, look, cool, I can get to know someone, and then after lunch you can either stay there or you can check into something else. Like if socializing maybe isn't your whole bag, I'd say lunch or dinner is the perfect opportunity to get to know a new person.
Yeah, I totally agree that moment of silence there was me trying to do something with the camera. Just for everyone's awareness, we're currently running a camera that's on 3% and a camera that's on 0%.
Chuck it back for a sec. Just going to take it out.
And so as we get to the end here, if everything falls apart... Oh, actually, no, now it's on 2%. Actually, Joel, can you plug it back up in there? Because I have a solution for if the one that Brayden's got runs out, but I don't have a solution for... This is the other... there's a little sign that says Tapatali Nature Reserve that kind of starts this really sublime little ride through...
this is Illaroo Road, I believe.
Illaroo Road. And this little ride is just lovely. Like, it is so beautiful. And is another one of those ones that's like, this is the week away's on. Like, we've done it.
I agree.
Yeah, I think this road is key.
Well, remember it used to be dirt road.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
They
did.
changed it.
For the longest time.
And they paved it.
Yeah, if you hold it there, that'd be great. Yes. So dinner, meals is a really good one. I think we haven't talked about it, but often there's a whiteboard in the breezeway.
Yes, this is free time.
During free time. During free time, people will offer suggestions of what they're going to be doing, and often will invite people through this whiteboard.
I like the way you phrase it, suggestions. It's not you have to do it.
Yeah, you don't have to do any of that.
Yeah.
However, if this is your first time, it's actually such a great way to almost force upon yourself some compulsory fun.
Forced fun.
Forced fun, and that's why I said suggestion first, because you don't have to do it.
No.
But one of the really cool things about doing it is that suddenly you're doing different things with different people. So if someone writes up, we're going to Berry, I would so recommend getting on that and getting in a car with someone else.
Go grab a coffee and walk around the shops if you like.
But make sure you're doing it with others. Like, I think that's a really lovely thing to do. Now, if it's your first time and you need some introversion time, you don't need to always be with others. Go for a walk. The cow paddock is delightful. There's a whole bunch of lovely green areas and there's lovely opportunities to be on your own. However, if this is your first time, maximize hanging out with people who you don't know yet. So jump in those kind of moments, like going to Berry or jump in a board game, like stuff that makes you kind of stuck with people, like dinner. Like there's starts and ends to those things.
Yeah, I think that was one of the biggest.
That's really powerful.
One of the biggest fears that someone was saying to me is like, I don't know how I'm going to talk to people for so long.
A board game, a trip to Berry.
Yeah, but then also feel absolutely free to go just check out in your room for a while.
Yeah,
and
totally.
Then come back, recharge and come back.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, and we've spoken many times on this podcast before, Ethan and I don't need to do that.
No.
We need to go and meet more people to get our batteries charged up.
Yeah.
Whereas Brayden, you may be a little bit more needing to check out sometimes,
depends
but
how
yeah.
tired I am.
Yeah.
I like thrive on week away. It's like my good zone, but occasionally I will go and start, I don't know, strumming a guitar or something.
Yeah, okay. But it's just the important. I think sometimes I have missed the fact that other people find it harder to be around people for so much longer. And I just would love to give those people permission that it's not actually the case.
Yeah.
Now, guys, we are zeroing in on location.
Is still alive.
Oh,
let's go.
How good is that? We are getting close. It's only said 1.5 kilometers to go.
That's unreal.
And now it's getting really serious because. Do you remember last time we saw the horses, Ethan?
We did. I was kind of hoping that we'd see more horses.
Yeah.
Which on a day like this, I don't think people are out riding their horses around in the rain. It's not raining at the moment, but it was earlier.
Is that what you should not do? Ride your horse in the rain? You've got experience.
Well, they were just going on a little lovely day ride.
I just didn't know what your equine background was.
You know what?
Yeah.
We're here. And
we're here.
Yeah.
We made it to the youth work site.
We made it to the youth work site.
We're here,
The batteries
everyone.
are on.
I hope you're here.
Running on hopes and dreams.
Oh, tell me about it. And we can get out. Right, go. The gates are open.
We're going.
Come on.
We're going all the way.
Come
on.
on.
Going all the way.
Take it all the way to the car park, to the finish line.
Honestly, as someone who's been doing this for a long time,
We're descending the hill.
I think one of my favorite views. I don't know if you have a favorite view.
Besides you?
Some people go to Sublime Point. Some people look at photos of me.
Mm-hmm.
But this turn.
Yeah.
The right turn to see the whole causeway, the whole area, yes.
And the reveal of Watersley on the hill. In our vista, there is a full little lake thing
Pond.
surrounded by cows. The speed limit is 40, but no one drives 40 down here. I'm driving 40 at the moment. Look, there's kangaroos. Is there anything better than this? But
you know what would only make it better for me,
thing.
Ethan? A pair of Sublime gum boots.
A pair of Sublime gum boots for a walk in the pond.
And don't forget, you can get your discount code CHIP 15% off.
It was 10% last time.
That's right. We've increased the discount.
Because if you're still listening, that's
I think
what's happening.
I think it might actually be some kind of a camp on while we're driving in.
Yeah.
So of course it is.
Oi.
And when you are driving down, listeners, it'll be our camp.
It'll be a week away.
It'll
be a week away. We are like the most here we've been all trip. I know how I said at Nowra that we're here.
That's right.
And then I said again at the when the drive got pretty in the bush.
He said,
New
that
goalposts.
wherever, new goalposts. It looks like that, guys. Wherever you go, there you will be.
That's really insightful.
Thank you.
Finish, Joel.
To finish off.
Is that a psalm?
I think you'll find it somewhere in the
We've
Bible.
just passed the red "Welcome to Wordersley" sign.
Going up the big
We're
hill to
going up
the finish line.
hill. I need to drop a gear because I was doing that wrong.
Go down the water slide.
Oh, look at this.
Here we are.
Wow.
Visitor parking.
Beautiful.
Look at this.
Beautiful.
Hitting the roundabout. Thank you so much for listening, everybody.
Yes.
Welcome to Week Away.
Welcome to Week Away.